I'm just reading the instructions for the first part of what we'll be doing for the Tumbling Feathers design, which we're teaching ourselves Crewel work with. But before we actually start stitching, I think it's worth looking at a little video that Phillipa did about making sure that you're sitting properly and how to use your seat frame properly, so you don't give damage to your back or to your arms or your shoulders or your hands, which are your important tools when you're doing needlework. So let's watch Phillipa's video now.
That a lot of people who are new to embroidery are finding that they're getting carpal tunnel syndrome or the beginnings of it, and it really concerns me because they're very passionate about their stitching and they want to stitch for hours and hours and hours, and they sit in one position and they go for it, and I know that what's causing this is the fact that they are stitching and stitching away and not moving. And it's a bit like scrolling through your phone. So if I have my phone and I lie in bed and I scroll like that, I very soon have tingling and lack of blood supply down in my hand. So you've just got to guard against a few things. One of them is to have a frame that's too high for you, because the blood is also draining. So if you're stitching up here, as I often love to do, I sit back on the sofa and I have a cushion behind my head and I stitch like that, and I look over the top to the TV, and that exercises my eyes. But I do notice that the blood comes down from my hand and my circulation also deteriorates. So I must make sure that I get the circulation going back into my hands. One of the things so I'm going to lower this slightly, and I'm going to sit with my elbows in front of my hips and stitch like that. So I'm actually looking down, but if I need to have my eyes a bit closer than that, I get stronger glasses. So, or just wear cheap ones over the top of your prescription glasses for a better magnification, or get a lit lamp that you look through, which I know gets in the way slightly, and you shouldn't need for crewel work, but if your eyesight's bad or you're doing minute stitches, then that is absolutely essential in my view. One of the reasons that people have stress injuries through embroidery is that they don't warm up at all. And I'm sitting here on a November day in Britain with the rain outside, and my circulation's not very good. So while I'm sitting here, should just be doing little exercises, playing the piano. Just simply rubbing your hands together is really effective. And I notice that I'm really cold and rather blue on the end of my hands today. So I'm just going to take my arms down, shoulders relaxing, and just drop your hands down and shake them. And I do this thing that, it's rather sad really, but I say shaky, 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 and I shake it out and really try and begin to move my shoulders around, and I can just feel that tingling, and just general movement is so good for you. So, you know, an exercise I don't like much is hoovering, but it's really good to get you warm again. So just any exercise, and please do not sit for longer than half an hour at a time, and we're all guilty of this. Just get up, walk around and exercise. If you're not able to walk and exercise, just do some seated exercises where you lift your legs off the floor and pretend to walk, wiggle your toes, move, keep moving. Use it or lose it, because if you carry on and your arms are tired and you're getting aches and pains and tingling down this area, your time as an embroiderer is sadly limited, because you can have an operation that splints or improves your tunnel carpal syndrome. But I'm afraid, sadly, it doesn't often work as well as people want it to. So just take care and massage this area. And I can see this line here is slightly swollen. So I'm only going to stitch for half an hour today, and then I'm going to stop and read about embroidery instead.
Well, I think that's really good advice, not just for when you're stitching, but also when you're maybe at the keyboard all day, to take those breaks, give your eyes a bit of a rest, and look after your body and take those breaks. So what we'll be doing next is we'll be cutting in to the plastic covering that we've put on here, and we'll be starting the layered and couch work, which is this part here, in the next video. So I look forward to joining you then. Thank you. Bye.